All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
From Yasharala.
From Yasharala.
All right, we're going to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua.
Bahashim, Rakar Kadash.
Ba'ashem, Rakar Kadash.
All right, we want to say double honors to the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone, our great teachers who rule well, teach well, being great example to Israel, man the elect.
Right.
All right, and peace and blessings to the brothers on the four winds, all across the globe, man, pushing the truth and sincerity, man.
That's right.
All right. To what? To preach the downfall of America, man. All right? And usher in Yahweh Shah, man, our kingdom, man. All right? That's why we out here, man, week in and week out, man. In season, out of season, man. To preach the downfall, man. And usher in our kingdom, man, because we want the hell out of here, man.
That's right.
All right? And our lesson we going today, man, who the Lord died for, man. All right? Because you got a lot of sayings in the world that the Lord died for everybody, man. All right? But not so, man. All right, and we've been just going to the scriptures. I hope you brother edify and lay the law down, man. You got it, bro.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles,
Right?
and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
That's right, bro. Go ahead.
Verse 6, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
The lost sheep, man, of the house of Israel, man. All right? That's who the Lord sent the 12 to, man. All right? The lost sheep, man, of the house of Israel, because that's what we deal with, man. You know? What that is,
I'm gonna keep reading though, right here. Verse 7, and as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
right, and then what you get, man, and then what you see. All right? You can tell that by the size of the time that we in, man. All right? We're in a time of war, man. The kingdom of heaven is nigh at hand, man. Our salvation is little that we believe, man. All right? This going on day by day, hour by hour, week by week, man. All right? Minute by minute, second by second, man. We get closer and closer to the kingdom, man. All right? The kingdom of heaven is at hand, man. Don't you see the prophets on the highways and the byways, man? He said that he sent for his apostles last, man. All right? He sent for the prophets last, man. All right? Because in all the kingdoms that ever went down, man, he sent the prophets out to prophesy against that kingdom, man, to let the people know that, you know, he was coming back. All right? And the Lord come back with fire, man. All right? And to save the elect. You know?
This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries.
Right. And let me slack you, bro. And this what cut the other Israelite counts, man. Read it one more time, bro.
Jeremiah 28, 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries.
Right, see? Prophesied both against many countries. All right? What did they prophesy? Go ahead, bro.
And against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right. And what only camp doing that, man? What only Israelite camp coming out here week in and week out, prophesy the downfall of America, man? Or evil, war, and pestilence, man. All right? Great millstone, man.
Right.
That's what you got, man. You ain't got no other camp coming out here preaching against the so-called white man, but great millstone, man.
That's right.
All right? Because why? We ain't set up by Esau, man. We were set up by the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. All right? But all the other Israelite camp, they were set up by the so-called white man, man. All right? That's the difference, you know?
All right. Hey, because just to add to the brother's testimony, the brother's sermon, like he's saying, the prophets of old prophesied against kingdoms, right? And we coming out here in the same spirit of those prophets, man. You know, we coming out here because the spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets to tell you that what? Before the kingdom must come, because we just read in Matthew 10, 5 and 6, we ought to come out here to tell you the coming of our kingdom.
God.
But this kingdom got to go down. So we got to prophesy both the destruction of this kingdom and what? The coming of the kingdom, the kingdom to come, okay? Which is the kingdom of righteousness. It's going to be ruled with righteous judgment, all right, by the hand of who? Yahweh Shah, all right, and his elect. Okay? The house of David, man. We're going to establish righteous judgment throughout the whole earth, man, which is not being established now. The only thing being established in the earth right now is wickedness through the hand of Esau, okay? The so-called white man, all right? You Caucasians. All you do is promote wickedness, all right? Constantly going from land to land, all right? Rape, robbing, and murdering innocent people, man. You know? Your blood count is growing abundantly throughout the earth, man. And that's your MO. That's all you do is reap, rob, destroy, okay? That's why you identified in the Bible as the devil. When you go into that word devil, it means deceiver. That's you, you Caucasians, okay? Starting with you elite banking families, man, all right? All right, this is the book of Matthew again, chapter 10. Matthew chapter 10, verse, you want me to start at the top? Okay, 6. 10 verse 6, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right, go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. This is the Lord, man. All right, and we're going to get this in Luke 19 and 10. 19 and 10. Luke 19 and 10. But the Son of Man is come to seek and to save them which were lost.
Them which was lost, man. Get Matthew 15 and 24. Baba Kashah. All right.
I got it real quick. I got it. This is Matthew 15 and 24. But he answered and said, say, hey, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Read it again, Baba Kashah.
All right, it says Matthew 15 and 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
One more time.
It says, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Now those are the words of the one that you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Those are his own words, man. Okay? And he was talking to the disciples, right? Because the disciples told him basically to do something with the Samaritan woman who was constantly bugging the hell out of him for a blessing, man. All right? But when she came, he told her, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Because Israel is the only nation of people that the Most High is dealing with, man. Okay, that's who he came to save. You had a precept, bro?
Yeah, he got a precept.
Yeah, this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 10. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity.
Right. Said he's going to save us from afar, man. All right. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the sons of the Most High according to the Bible, man. All right. You were scattered, all right, afar. All right. Scattered beginning in 70 AD, all right, when the siege of Jerusalem at the hands of Vespasian and Titus, man. All right. Okay. Y'all, we were scattered what into the to the western coast of Africa, man. All right, through the transatlantic slave trade, we got over here to the Americas, man. All right, that's where the bulk of us are. The bulk of the Israelites, which are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are over here in North, Central, and South America, man. Okay. Now we have been scattered all over the world. But like I was saying, the bulk of us, we have been scattered all over the world, but the bulk of us is over here in America, man. Now, read it again. Who did he say he was coming to save? Zab.
All right.
Start at the top.
All right. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob.
Hey, fear not, O thy servant Jacob, man. All right. Now, when you are being held against your own will, someone's being a tyrant over you. Somebody's beating the hell out of you and oppressing the hell out of you, you are fearful, man. You are fearful of that person. And who's doing that to us today, man? You Caucasians, man, starting with you elite banking families. All right, you Rothschilds, you Oppenheimers, you DuPonts, you Gettys, all right? And you fuckers, you wicked fuckers, you purchased America, all right, in 1927, man, okay? If you go and Google a news article, all right, from New York called The Onion, you can find the proof where the America is a corporation that was purchased by the 5 top banking families, man. One of those banking families, the top one is the Rothschilds, man, okay? So America is a corporation, man, all right? And it's ran by not the president, not the congressman, not the senators. It's ran by the elites, man, okay? All America is a whore, okay? It's a whore that's being used to further push the agenda of the elites, man. All right? But guess what? The elites are about to forsake this bitch, man. Okay? That's why you got these trade wars about to kick off, which is actually the beginning of World War III, man. Okay? Because every great war, if you go in history, it started over trade. All right? And the reason that these other countries are forsaking America is because there's no true value in its money anymore, man.
That's right.
That fucking dollar ain't worth shit no more, man. And it's constantly every year at the start of the so-called New Year, which they say is January, right? The fucking stock market crashes historically for the last like 5 years. I know it may have been longer than that, but for the last 5 years, I know the stock market crash has reached a historical deficit, man. You know? So we are here in the midst of the destruction of America coming to an end, man. You know what I'm saying?
And the only thing keeping it from crashing right now is Saudi Arabia. You know, once they get on board with that gold-backed currency that China just started up, hey, shit's over with in America. Because the only reason why the American dollar is being used is because it's being used to price oil. All right, it's not allowed to be priced with anything else, because there's a deal made back in the 70s between America and Saudi Arabia and other oil-producing companies that said that America will offer military protection as long as they'll use their currency to price the oil by the barrel. All right. So I mean, now that they have a currency that's actually worth something, you know, they can switch to that. And China has the military to back them up. All right. No, not just America. All right.
Yeah, because right now, you got the euro and you got the British pound. You know, those currencies hold more weight, man. You know, the American dollar, it ain't worth a damn. And actually, the land that we walking on, it don't even belong to America no more. You know.
Because the American currency isn't backed by anything. It's backed by the GDP, right, which is the gross domestic production, right? Which
really is based on word of mouth.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing with that is the word of these fucking so-called Americans who are Edomites. Can't be fucking trusted, man. That's why these other countries are about to have a trade war with America, man. Because a fucking country that's 20 trillion some fucking, and that's just a number that's out there, man. Really, they have more fucking debt than that. $20 trillion in debt. Who can trust a fucking country who's 20 trillion? Who would wait to wait for a deficit to run up that long before you fucking pay them back, man? Okay.
Hey, what's that? On Goodfellas, they showed you how they made a shit ton of money. You know, they buy out a restaurant and they borrow money from all these banks and get the money, and then once they reached that limit, they burned the place down and got that insurance refund. And then they never had to pay back that debt. They just took all the money out of it. They grinded it out, like a whore. They just used it up until it couldn't be used anymore, and then wasted away with it. Put that fire to it. All right, that's what that's what these elites are doing to America. All right. This is still cool. All right. I'll start. This is Jeremiah 30:10. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity.
Right, so when you're in captivity, that means somebody's got you in bondage, man, and you need a savior, okay? Now, you got the masses, all right, which the word mass goes back to massacre and mass death, and majority of these people, like Apostle Gabar always say, they are dead from the neck up, because they have absolutely no clue what the fuck is going on around here. And therefore, they buy into this westernized philosophies and doctrines that tell the people that the Lord's coming back to save everybody. The Lord's not coming back to save everybody, and the Bible doesn't teach that, man. Okay? The Bible teaches that he's coming back for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay? And I don't care what scripture that you read, all right? If it seems like it's saying something else, it's not. You just don't have the oil to understand and discern the scriptures, man. All right? Now, like we were saying, hey, when you're in captivity, you need a savior, man. You need a savior. Who's in captivity? All right? Who's being oppressed? Who's at the bottom? Who's suffering? Who's living in the ghettos? When you look up that word ghetto in the etymology, it says a place where the Jews are compelled to live, man. That means forced to live. All right, you don't see no goddamn Caucasians living in the projects, man. Now you do have a slum place where so-called white people live, all right, but they're not Caucasians, okay? They're not Caucasians, and they're not Edomites, okay? They're called trailer parks, all right? A lot of those trailer park people are Israelites, man. All right, just confusing the face, okay?
And they try to use that ghetto term for the so-called Jews in World War II, like during that time. But really, the ghettos have been around long, like before World War II. So I mean,
because man, when you go into Nazareth. When you really go into the geography of Nazareth, Nazareth was considered the ghetto, man. The hood, man. Yahweh Shah was from the hood, man. What would be considered the hood today, you know? Because Nazareth wasn't known for its geographical amenities, so to speak, or its extravagant sights and scenic. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that, man. You know? That's why the scriptures tell you. That's why the scriptures. What you say, bro?
It's not a tourist attraction.
Yeah, Nazareth wouldn't have been a tourist attraction, man. You know. So, lost my thought. But read the scripture again, then we just.
I mean, there's more to it. I'll just keep reading.
Yeah, keep going, bro.
And Jacob shall return and shall be in rest and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid.
Right, but it says that he's gonna save him from fire. What's that fire? Because we were scattered on all four corners of the earth, man. That's
to the uttermost part.
That's right, bro. So that's he gonna save us from fire. Also, the land of our captivity, man, was what? We in bondage in America. Check out this. All right? Go ahead, bro.
For I am with thee, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Right. The Most High always with us, man. That's why he says his hand still stretched out still, man. All right? He still have mercy on us, man. You know?
For I am with thee, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, to save thee.
Right, to save us, man. Go ahead.
Right, and he's talking to Israel, man.
What?
Though I make a full end of all nations, whither I have scattered thee.
See, whether he has scattered us, man, that's why he say, I'm going to save thee from fire, man. Because he know he pushed that on all four corners of the earth, man. He pushed it to all the nations, man. Right? Because what? We serve their God instead of Yahweh Shah, man. Right? We transgress against the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know? That was one of the curses, man. He gonna scatter us, man.
Yet will I not make a full end of thee.
Right, see? He will not make a full end of us, man. Alright? Because that's when you get that redeemed back, man. To buy back, man. Alright? He ain't sold us off, man, and said, fuck it. You know? Nah, he like, no, he just pawned us, basically. You know, like you go to the pawn shop, you pawn it, you can get it back, man. Alright? So the Most High really just pawned us, man, for a minute. You know? And that's what you get that redemption from, man. He redeemed the house of Israel, man. Shout out to the elect.
Yeah, he can't redeem the heathens because he never had them in the first place.
Yeah, he never dealt with them.
Yeah.
Like I remember the brother Yashima, he made a beautiful example. You can't go to the pawn shop and say, let me get that gun back, and you never pawned the gun. There's no record. There's no record. See, the records is the law, statutes, and commandments for us, man. All right? The Lord, when you go into the scriptures with Lord willing, we're going to get into it. The Lord only dealt with the nation of Israel. You know, it tells you that he had not dealt so with any other nations. His judgments and his statutes, they have not known them, man. Okay? The Exodus out of the land of Egypt only consisted of the nation of Israel. Okay?
It didn't consist of so-called white men. It didn't consist of so-called Africans. The Arab, Chinese, Japanese, they weren't in the damn wilderness for 40 years with us, man. Alright, so how the fuck you gonna be able to get saved now, man? You know? We suffer the curses, man. We gonna reap the benefits of the blessings, man. Alright? As it is Deuteronomy Deuteronomy 28 and 1 and 15, man. That's us, man. Alright? They ain't you other nations, man. Y'all trying to sneak in and shit, man. You can't sneak in, man. You know? You got
that's like a ball player trying to go back to a team and retire his jersey for a team he never played for. They don't look like, you ain't never played no for us. How you gonna retire your jersey? You know, no, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? And there's no account in the scriptures anywhere where the Most High saved any other nation of people outside of Israel. You can't find it because he never dealt with any other nation. All right. Now, I got a precept after you finish reading that, bro. All right.
But I will correct thee in measure and will not leave thee altogether unpunished.
Right, see how he correcting us. Alright, with these laws, statutes, commandments, man, right now, man. That's how he corrected us, man, coming back into him, man.
And with the hand of the wicked.
That's right.
And with the hand of the wicked ruling over us.
That's right,
man.
bro.
You know, because, you know, he gave us the law, statutes, and commandments, but it was a contract. Alright? There was two parts to the contract. Alright? We broke the contract. Starting in Deuteronomy 28 and 15. That's the second part of the contract, right? That's where the second part of the contract is first notated. Alright? Now, when we broke the contract, it was in it that if we broke it, that our enemies was going to rule over us and we would have to go to them and want in need of all things, man. All right? You don't own a goddamn thing if you're a Negro, Latino, or Native American in this entire world. That's right. You don't own a goddamn thing, man. All right?
And your ass ain't free either.
From the water that you drink, all right? From the shit, really
the air you breathe.
Really the air that you breathe, you know. Shit, they charging you for that.
Yep.
They charging you for the food. They charging you for your clothes. You don't own anything, man. And you can't even go and get a loan.
They charge you to walk on earth. You gotta pay land taxes. You gotta pay the James to walk on earth, man.
And for you low-level peon, pea-brain ass niggas, we ain't talking about a speck here and there. When we speak as the majority rule of the nation, man. Right. All right? Because you got you simple-minded ass niggas to come up and say, well, what about the casinos? Well, what about Jay-Z? What about... Man, you talking about a small dust of a balance, man. You talking about a piece of a grain of salt, man. All right? We low level out here, man. And then you got you niggas that actually think you doing something. You think you got something because you own a little barber shop or a little tire shop or a little club, nightclub. Man, that's peons, man. You low level. But that's it on that, bro. This this you had something you was holding. You want to get, you can get it first, man. But this was going into the point that he was making about us being scattered from afar.
Go ahead. Go get it. I got it.
All right, this is Mark, the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 26. Mark, chapter 13, verse 26. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. That Son of Man is talking about Yahweh Shah, the one you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. All right, he's gonna be coming in his glory in the clouds. All right, those clouds are talking about the chariots, man. Okay, that's how the Most High rolls, man. All right, what you call UFOs, all right, they're identifiable to us as the chariots of the Most High. He's gonna come in his glory in the clouds. Pertaining to Isaiah 66 and 15, he's coming to render his anger and his rebuke with flames of fire, man.
That's right.
Okay, this is the kingdom that we preaching that's coming, man. All right, it's gonna be all out motherfucking chaos out here, man.
That's right.
All right, you gonna see buildings crumbling faster than fucking 9/11. All right, which was 100 and some story building that fell in fucking 10 seconds. All right, that's gonna be that ain't gonna even be a fraction of the time these buildings gonna drop when the Lord come back, man. All right, that's the kingdom that we preaching, man.
That's right.
It says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory.
Right. Who is that Son of Man, man? Yahweh Shah, man. All right. Who the word ignorant called Jesus Christ, man. All right. That's who you gonna see crack them clouds, man. All right. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead. And then shall he send his angels and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost part of the earth to the uttermost part of heaven, man. So that's all over the earth, man. All right, now, what is the uttermost part of the world, man? North America, man.
Right, bro.
Okay? This is the uttermost part. Because civilization, matter of fact, get Galatians 4 and 26. We're going to show you where civilization started at, man. Because civilization started in the eastern part of the world, man.
Yeah. Right, bro.
Everything started there, and from that region, everything migrated, okay? Starting in the time of the Babylonians, when the nations was building up, which is the same thing that's going on now. You got all the nations of the earth here in America, which is the great melting pot, building up this fucking kingdom, man. All right? Just like they did during the time of the Babylonians, man, when they built up the Tower of Babel, man, you know? And that's where you got the confounding of the languages, man. All right, because the Lord, He never authorized us all being mingled and mixed together, man. The Lord is about separation, man.
That's right.
And fuck Martin Luther King, man.
That's right.
You got a motherfucker talking about Martin Luther King to me this week, man. I don't give a fuck about his 50th anniversary, man. Martin Luther King is a fucking antichrist, man.
That's right.
I don't give a fuck about Martin Luther King, man.
Right.
So let his bones rot, man. He in the heavens now. He know he's an Israelite. He know he fucked up.
That's right.
He said that right before he died. He said, I fear that I've led my people astray or something along those
Because he know
lines.
he was set up, man.
God. Hey, he's prophesied in the scriptures. You know? Yeah, I'll try to.
Jeremiah 16, 16.
You got it?
23 and 23.
Get that first. Get that scripture I just called.
All right. This is Galatians 4 and 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Not no goddamn Africa. It's the spirit. Not no goddamn Africa, man. Read it again, Bible Shop.
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
It's the mother of us all, man. Because civilization began in Jerusalem, starting with the Adamites, man. Okay?
Right.
Starting with the Adamites, man. Okay? And then you had the destruction, all right, of the earth, which was the first destruction, all right, was the flood. Okay? The first destruction was the flood during the time of Noah. And after the flood, all right, the continents were separated. All right, that's going back Peleg, man. Okay, that's when that's because if you go into the history, right? Geography proves that the land masses used to be all connected. Okay, and when you look at the map of the world, you see how all the land masses seem like pieces that have been separated and they fit together. Okay, but during the time of Peleg, the land masses was divided, man. All right. Now, after the Tower of Babel, right? Then all the nations started leaving, and the Lord made them separate. All right, start going their own ways. How did He do that? He confounded the languages, man. Because in the beginning, the language of the whole earth, everybody on the earth spoke Hebrew, man. All right. Ibar, which means I think it means ancient, because the Hebrew word for Hebrew is Ibariyah, which comes from Eber, all right, which in the Hebrew is Ibar, all right, which is ancient. So the Hebrew is the ancient tongue, right? All right. But after the nations was going against the Most High, building up their tower, he confounded the languages, man. You know, read it again, Bible Shop.
All right. This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
It's the mother of us all. Now, back to the point that I was making. Look, that's what civilization started, in the Middle East. Jerusalem is in the Middle East, right? In the Middle East. So the center of the earth is Jerusalem, man. All right? That's what civilization began. And the Israelites were scattered, what? To the uttermost parts of the earth, man. All right? Uttermost parts of the earth. It said the four winds. That's talking about north, south, east, and west, man. Okay? Now, the majority of the Israelites came to the Americas. You do have Israelites in China. You still got Israelites up in the area of Europe, you know. All over the earth, it said that Israel is the sands of the sea, man. But when He comes back, He's coming to gather His elect, okay? That's the first class of Israel. Because 2/3 of you people are going to be destroyed, man.
That's
because
right.
You refuse to come back to your power. You refuse to stop calling yourself Mexicans. Stop calling yourself Native Americans, African Americans, Puerto Ricans, okay? You are more than willing to submit to your oppressor. Because when you call yourself by those names, you calling yourself by the names of your oppressors, man.
Which is the Bible and the Bible.
Who taught you what? Your whole curriculum, your whole way of thinking. From the time that you entered into their school system. See, that's why I say fuck Martin Luther King, man. Damn Martin Luther King, man. Because Martin Luther King is what got you niggas dumbed down now. Martin Luther King is the one who joined hand in hand with your oppressor, who agreed of the integration of the school systems that had you buy in to their way of living. You know? How you go from being an outcast, all right, you can't even drink from the same water fountains, shit on the same toilet, ride, basically you can't even ride on the same bus, you know, with these fucking Caucasian devils, to all of a sudden, oh, we accept you. Because the elites knew. The elites fucking knew, man. They knew that the only way for them to totally be successful is to have one vibration around the whole earth, or one order. That's the same thing that they pushing out, a new world order. They've been trying to complete this new world order for the ages, man. Okay? For the ages, they've been trying to complete this new world order, man. All right, and starting in the 60s, right, was when this truth started to first be dispersed throughout the earth, starting with our father Abba Bivens, man. You know, who in the spirit was the prophet Elijah, okay? Who was John the Baptist also, man. Okay? That's why Yahweh Shah said he's gonna send the prophet Elijah. You know what I'm saying? So, and he told John on the island of Patmos then you're going to have to do this again, man. You're going to have to do this again, man. So that's what, 3 times, you know? That's 3 times. And through the Spirit, if you can receive it, John the Baptist, who was Elijah, was also Father High Priest Abba Bivens, man. Okay? Who started bringing us back and waking us up to our heritage in 1969, man. All right, in the late 60s, you know, 68, 69. So we are out here to continue further what? The establishment of our new world order, man.
That's right.
Fuck you Caucasian devils, the new world order, man. Fuck you elites, new world order, man. That shit gonna be destroyed, man. All right, and we gonna take over and we gonna rule the world with righteous order, man.
That's
right.
right.
Your new world order, the only plans that you have in your new world order is fucking wickedness, man. Okay? Full-size homosexual sex dolls. Fucking ass boots. What you fucking call that shit? That shit's so wicked, man. They got these damn boots where you basically just go in and stick your ass in a hole and somebody just come over and fuck you in the ass, man. Who the fuck does that, man? You faggot ass Caucasian devils, man. That's right. You doing that shit because you don't got no fucking order, man.
He saw that laugh. He know it true. You know it true. He took that laugh.
But you push your fucking agendas and you push your fucking wicked ass customs off on us because what? We are the ones that make things popular, man. We are the ones that make things cool, man. You went there in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s, you went there to see a Jake, which is a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American faggot, man. Openly. You know? You wouldn't even know about one behind closed doors, man. That shit didn't start getting popular to the early 2000s, man. Late 90s, maybe. And just like the Most High destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, the Lord is coming back to destroy America. Because that's guess right. What? Revelations 11 and 8, man.
I was gonna get Jude.
Go ahead, bro. Get whatever on your mind. But like Revelation 11 and 8 says, man, that dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great city, which is spiritually Egypt, Sodom and Egypt, man. Okay? And sodomy, when you go into the word sodomy, it talks about anybody that's in relation to the activities that was going on in the regions of Sodom and Gomorrah. And what was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah? Homosexuality, bestiality, any vile sexual act that you can think of was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. Pedophilia, LGBTP, all right, the same thing that's going on now was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. That's right. And just like the Lord rained down fire on that bitch, he gonna rain down fire on this motherfucker, man.
That's right. All right, this is Jude chapter 1, verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
Right, so the Lord set forth an example. Sodom and Gomorrah was the example, man, of what happened to a kingdom who embraces homosexuality, man. You people don't see it coming.
Hey, and another city is Pompeii. You know, if you go over there, they say like a volcano ash made them statues. That doesn't make any fucking sense, man. There's a spiritual power that destroyed that fucking city.
That's right.
Because if you go over there, they still have the pornographic paintings up on the walls, and it's documentation of what they did. You know? They're committing Sodom-like activities, and they got burnt up.
That's right.
That's what's coming to America.
That's right. Hey, and you so-called pacifist, optimistic-minded Jakes, man, you gonna be destroyed right along with it, man. You people that talking about, I don't hate nobody. Hey, you a fucking abomination, man. All right, because the Lord said hate wickedness. Get Ecclesiastes 12 and 6, man. All right. You Christian-minded, so-called Christian-minded hypocrites, all right, who don't know nothing about the Bible, right? Talking about hate the sin, not the sinner. Well, who the hell commits the sin? Let's see what the Lord says, man. Sirach 12 and 6. Bible Kushai in the Apocrypha.
That's Ecclesiastes 12 and 6. And it says, "For the Most High hated sinners."
The Most High hated sinners, man. Okay? The Most High hated sinners. The person that commits the sin, man. All right? I know your churches don't teach you that the Lord hates, man. But guess what? They're a bunch of idiots. All right? They lack the knowledge.
Right.
That's why Romans 10 and 2 say, I bear witness that they have a zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge, man.
Right, bro.
You people don't know the mysteries of the Bible because you weren't set up to receive the Spirit, man.
"And we repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keeping them against the mighty day of their punishment."
Man, is that what we talking about? And we talking about the mighty day of the punishment of you fucking devils, all right? And our people that's joined to you fucking devils. That's what we talking about. We talking about the kingdom, man. We know you ain't never heard it preached this way, man. But guess what? The strangeness of our salvation standing out boldly before our oppressor is what has been prophesied in the scripture. It's written in the scriptures, man. And what you seeing before you is what's written in the scriptures, man.
That's right.
But guess what? The same things that was going on in the time of Noah, all right? The same things that was going on in the time of Sodom and Gomorrah is what's going on now. People filled with the pleasuring of their flesh, man. All right? Filled with their own selfish desires. You people don't care about the Lord, man. Because if you did care about the Lord, you would care about his anger. If you did care about the Lord, you would be up here listening. You know? You are an inquirer of him. You'll be searching out the scriptures. You'll be seeking him, man. But guess what? He's giving you over to the devil. The majority of the people, he's giving over to the devil. That's why they're known as the masses. Cut.
This is Peter, 2 Peter 3 and 10. Now I can read all it down, but I should get straight to the point. This is 2 Peter 3 and 11. "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person are you to be in all holy conversation and godliness?"
Hey, start up.
You know what I'm saying? I can read all it down.
Start up at
Really 10, 9. I can start at 8, but 9.
Let's start at 9.
And in 2 Peter 3 and 9, "The Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah, is not slack concerning his promise."
What's his promise? That he's going to deliver his elect, man.
Right.
That he's going to come and destroy this place. And he's going to deliver his elect. All right? Go ahead.
"And as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any shall perish, but that all shall come to repentance."
Right, because the Lord is long suffering, and because he's long suffering, and you don't understand that you're dealing with the Father of time. All right? These little seconds and little minutes and these little hours and these little days and these few little years that pass, hey, there are no time to the Lord, man. The scriptures say that 1,000 years is one day, and one day is 1,000 years to the Lord, man. All right? So you people, because you don't have the Spirit, you don't have the patience, because patience is fruit of the Spirit. You don't have that patience, all right, to wait on the Lord until he returns. You take matters into your own hands. And when you take matters into your own hands, you go against the will of the Most High, the Heavenly Father and the Son. All right? Because the Lord said, keep watching, wait upon him. All right? That he's going to take us out of our predicament. Because guess what? He's the only one that can take us out of our predicament, because he's the one that's put us in our predicament, man. That's right. So, with that being said, you people, since you can't suffer to wait for the Lord, you're going to suffer what he brings when he returns, which is his indignation.
That's a beautiful word too, which means righteous anger. That's what indignation means.
Yeah, because you got Jake out here that Jake swear he don't get mad about nothing. I don't get mad. I don't get mad. I just get money. Nigga, who are you? So in other words, you above the Lord. The Lord gets angry. The scriptures speak about what the brother just said, indignation. Indignation is righteous anger. It's a time to be angry. It's a time to hate. It's a time to kill, man. It's called judgment. And you people that's walking by here, just in case you were intrigued about what this is judgment.
That's right. And then it said, it got on to say that any shall perish, man, but all come to repentance, man. And it's talking about the elect, man, of the nation of Israel, man. All right? Because according to the scriptures, 2,000 people gonna be destroyed, man. All right? So only the elect gonna come back and repent to Yahweh Shema Shah, man, and start keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man, as it was written, man.
That's the only thing that the Lord waiting on. The Lord just waiting on this elect, man. Okay? That's why we keep coming out here, man. Because we endure all things for the elect's sake. Hey, if we had any other reason besides enduring for the elect and doing our reasonable service to the Heavenly Father and the Son, you think we would come out here and deal with you ignorant, docile, dumbed down people, man? We'll constantly put up with the ignorant looks that we get from you, eye-gogging ignorant looks that we get from you people, man.
Bro.
Why do you think we endure it, man? And the very few of you that come up, all right, the majority of you are scoffers, you're naysayers, gainsayers, but we don't give a damn because you are written about in the scriptures as well. The ones that we care about, get Ezekiel 9 and 4 real quick, Bible Shot, and you're going to jump back because I called for that scripture earlier. Ezekiel 9 and 4.
Statue?
Yeah.
My statue.
Oh, it's
You should be still.
yeah.
You still should be holding.
Yeah.
Because I called for it.
Yeah. This is Ezekiel 9 and 4. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said unto him, go through the midst of the city.
Who did he say it to? Ezekiel. Who was Ezekiel? A prophet of the Lord, man. All right, an Israelite. All right, and he told him the same thing that Yahushua told the 12. All right. He said, these 12 he sent forth. Now, Ezekiel was one of the prophets that the Lord sent out. And this is who he sent them to.
Through the midst of Jerusalem.
Go through the midst of Jerusalem, man. All right. Now, we read Galatians 4 and 26. There's a region known as Jerusalem. But before that region became known as Jerusalem, all right, it was a people that inhabited their land. Jerusalem is in Israel. Before Jerusalem was Jerusalem and Israel was Israel, it was the land of Canaan. And when we came out of the land of Egypt, all right, during the time of Exodus, the Lord gave us the land of the Canaanites, man, okay? Which is today known as Jerusalem, all right? Because what? Jerusalem is who? A people. Jerusalem is a people before it is a place, man, all right? Jerusalem will be known today as Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans, man. All right, but we're not in that land. We scattered throughout the uttermost parts of the earth, man. Chiefly here in America, which is the uttermost part of the West. All right, go ahead, bro.
And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that saw and that cried for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. That's
why we endure, man. All right, we endure daily. All right, to continually come out here and set a mark upon who? The elect, man. Because only the elect knows that it's something fucking filthy wrong with this abominable place, man.
So I like you for a second, but did you see what was on that truck? That U-Haul truck? There's like it said like Tor, Minnesota, but on it had a stone and it had the Paleo Hebrew written on that stone. Hey, that's the spirit.
That's the spirit. And see, it's stuff like that that boosts our faith, man. You know, because the Lord speaks to us, man. All right, the Lord he manifests things to us that boost our faith, man, every day. Every time we come out here, you know, you just gotta have the spiritual eyes to see it and discern it, man. You know, and that's that we don't boast of ourselves because that's the grace. All right, that's the grace of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that we have those spiritual eyes and those spiritual ears, man. Because the majority of our people, 2/3 of you, he's giving over to a reprobate mind. He's giving you the eyes of slumber, all right? And he's giving you deaf ears, all right? But going back to the point, we are out here to endure all things for the elect's sake. So we must suffer as Yahushua suffered, man. The things that he endured when he came 2,000 years ago don't compare, all right? We can't compare these small trials and afflictions to what Yahushua had to endure. And guess what? He's still enduring. His eyes red right now. He's filled with anger right now. You know, sweet little baby Jesus, as you people call, all right? Who you have no idea who that is. Sweet little baby Jesus, he ain't so sweet when you really get to know him.
Yeah, man, he's because what he's referring to is that scene on Talladega Nights where he's like, "Dear sweet baby Jesus, 6 ounce or 6 pounds, 7 ounce baby Jesus."
Yeah, 6 pound, 8 ounce.
Hey, he's not an action figure where you can just form whatever to your. He's not
form him to whatever shape you want him to be.
Yeah, man.
Mold him to whatever you want him to be.
You know what I say? My Jesus.
Yeah, he's not the clay, man. We're the clay.
God.
We do whatever he says.
God.
Not the other way around. All right? You can't have your own God. There's only one God.
That's
and that's
right.
Yahweh.
God. God. Hey, and since you brought that movie up, that's perfect because what he said was, I like to think of my Jesus as,
as the lead singer of Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
I'm front row hammer drunk.
They always trying to say
I like to think of him. What do you say? Swindled and something, right?
He's like, and he's wearing like a tuxedo.
Yeah.
And he's sleeveless.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm formal, but I'm here to party.
Yeah. And that's how the masses of the people, like that movie, you know, it's a comedy, but it has the hidden truth in it, man.
Yeah.
You know, because that's how you people like to think of the Lord.
Yeah.
Sweet little baby, smooth face, you know what I'm saying? Sucking on a lollipop, you know? No, man.
Just thinking this shit, it's your power, man. Like this my Jesus, my Jesus, my Jesus.
They don't like to think of the Lord like this, man. Yeah, come. It's a spirit. They don't like to think of the Lord like this, all right? Which is how he's coming, all right? With a two-edged sword, man.
Red eyes.
They don't like to think of the Lord the way that the scriptures speak of the Lord's coming, man. That's why they got that bullshit image all across the world, man. A big fucking, oh, how tall is that statue in Brazil, man?
Too damn big.
Too damn big. A special missile. Satan. That's that missile Russia got Satan. Satan 2 waiting to blast right into that bitch.
Two.
That's like a bullseye for Satan 2.
This is Romans 10:1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh for Israel is that they might be saved.
Yeah, see? For Israel, man, but they might be saved, man. It's kind of going back into Israel, man. It didn't say all everybody. It didn't say all nations, man. It said Israel, man. All right? You got to get that through y'all head, man. The Lord is only dealing with the nation of Israel. This whole Bible, man, is about Israel, man. All right? The curses and the blessings, man. All right? Go ahead, bro.
For I bear them record that they know, or that, Salakia, for I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
Right. See, he brought on record, man. All right, they got a zeal. Yeah, they say, my God is, my Jesus there. But they ain't got the knowledge, man. Alright, because who they calling on? CJ Boy Drip, man. Alright, if they keep the law, statutes, commandments, no, man. Alright? They think eating pork is cool, man. You know? Not having a bird is what it is, man.
Sleeping with another man's woman.
Yeah, sleeping with another man's woman, that's the life.
Yeah.
You know? Hell no, man.
Being a fucking sorcerer, alright? Because you niggas out there living that so-called thug trap life, selling drugs to your people, alright? You ain't nothing but a fucking sorcerer, man.
Yep.
Alright?
To me, a whoremonger.
A sorcerer has the ability, alright, in their hands to control souls, man. And what those drugs do is have Jake strung out.
You controlling their soul.
You controlling their soul. And you leading them to their damnation. Yeah. But guess what? You gotta pay. Double, man.
That's all Jake want, man. Jake is sprung out on them drugs, man. They do anything, man, to get them drugs.
Because we don't call you out because we perfect. No. We call you out because, hey, we understand that the wages of sin is death, man. Hey, and every sin has its just weight, you know? Every sin has a consequence, all right? Punishable, some are punishable unto death, man. You know?
I got some. All right, this is 1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
Right.
For sin is a transgression of the law.
Right. And see, we come out here to have our sins forgiven, man. That the Lord won't remember our sins, won't remember our transgressions, man. All right, we come out here to get the blood off our hands. While 2/3 of our people living that lifestyle that's doing what? Adding more fuel to the fire. All right? Because it says that judgment must first start with Israel, man. Roughly paraphrase. All right? That's what judgment is going to start. Yeah, we come out here and we cuss out you fucking Caucasian devils and the rest of you heathens for all your trespasses against the nation of Israel. But guess what? We really want you niggas, man. Because you niggas is what's holding up the kingdom, man.
That's right.
You niggas is what's holding up the kingdom, man. Because if you would get right and turn back to the Lord will come and deliver us from our oppressor, man.
That's right, bro. Yep.
But you, go ahead,
I said, stop you fake ass Israelite counts, man. All right, y'all prolonging the kingdom, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah, I got that too. Got praise precept on that too. So
y'all holding the kingdom back, man. All right? Join a hand with the so-called white man. All right? But guess what? Hey, that's why the Lord always had a righteous cluster, man. Which is come down to GMS, man. Starting out apostles down to the least brother, man. All right? The Lord knew that y'all gonna come back and go against the grain, man. You know? But the Lord always got something up his sleeves, man. They're righteous, man. You know? That's our elders, man.
Hey, speaking on you wicked Israelite camps, the brother just brought up, is Titus chapter 1, verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision.
Yep, see, and that's you fake ass Israelite counts, man. All right, you holler the law, and you're an Israelite, man. It's more to that, man. All right, it's more to that, man. You can't wake nobody else saying that, man.
Yeah, calling on Jesus Christ. That's,
right.
That ain't gonna profit you nothing. IUIC.
How Israel gonna be united in Christ?
Yeah, united. You united in Serapis Christos, the son of Ptolemy, man. All right, which goes back to the bull Apis. All right, which is actually the Egyptian bull Baal and Osiris, man. All right, that's what that goes back to, man. So you niggas fall right along into the ways of America, which is Babylonian worship. That's why it's known as Babylon the Great.
That's right.
You fucking Babylonian niggas, man. Confused ass Israelite niggas, man.
Yep. But Osman set up by Esau, man. That's why I said, woe to them that put their trust in their man.
And go down to Egypt for help.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Talking about you got the 501c3 where it's not under Christianity. It's under the nation. Nigga, it don't matter. That's even more wicked.
It's still funded by the so-called white man at the end of the day. He still got to say so on it.
So you use that like, hey, like that give you a pass.
Yeah, that's a way.
Nigga, you just deceiving to deceive furthermore.
Yeah.
You're deceiving to furthermore deceive.
Yep. That's right, bro.
When all you gotta do is just come out here and teach the word, man. The Lord got it set up where the so-called white man, he can't do nothing but submit to his own fucking law.
Yep. Yep.
And the reason that the news doesn't come out here, the reason why this been going on for what, 50 years pretty much now, and which it's been accounts of it being on the news, but they never blew it up. They never put it on like the world news or you know what I'm saying. Brothers have probably been on low-level local news channels.
Yeah, but
you know,
not for
He ain't
this.
been on Fox and
Yeah.
CNN and all that. Yeah.
But see, the reason that they don't pursue us is because it will further, all it would do is further push the prophecy first and foremost. And even beyond that, it ain't time. It's not time. The Lord is working all things out according to his perfect will and his time. Right? But the point. Now back to the program, because you got people out here, they come look at us like this is some new thing. This been going on for 50 years, man. Okay? And actually the spirit of it's been going on for longer than that. You know? The spirit of it, because like we those ancient spirits coming back, they prophesied against many kingdoms, against great kingdoms in many countries.
Right.
All right? And just like when they was prophesying then, the majority of the people didn't believe. The majority of the people didn't take heed. So guess what? The majority of the people got destroyed every time. But guess this is going to be the greatest destruction ever. It said that this destruction is going to be like no time ever in the earth, man. But guess what? We out here because we fear the Lord. We fear that power that he's going to bring, man. And we pray every day that we are part of the deliverance.
Right, bro. Yeah, because, you know, so-called church house people, they already saved.
Yeah, they already saved.
Well, what did you save from? You get hit by a bus any day.
Hey, take your tax return to H&R Block and tell them I'm already saved. Tell the so-called white man, hey, I'm already saved. I ain't gotta pay taxes. I ain't gotta pay tribute. You know. See what happened. Let your tags expire on your vehicle and the police pull you over. Tell him you are already saved.
Yeah.
He gonna say, you got some papers on that?
Yep.
Where your registration?
I'm already saved.
I'm already saved. And matter of fact, go beyond that. Get smart with them about it. I'm saved. I ain't gotta pay no goddamn. See where you end up. See how saved you are. Now you Christians are ignorant.
Biggest hypocrites in the world.
This 2 Peter 3:10. The day of the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, will come as a thief in the night.
Right. When you sleep, nighttime, 3 o'clock in the morning, you ain't expecting nobody to come and rob you until it happens. You like, damn, this motherfucker just stole all my shit. Where's my car? All you see is tire marks in your driveway, where they burn rubber. You know? And when the Lord comes, you're going to see some similar to tire marks, but really it's going to be shit laying all over the earth. You're going to see piles of shit. That's going to be the Lord tire marks. That's going to be the Lord's tire marks.
Body.
Piles of shit and bodies, like the brother said. Dust and ashes. That's going to be the Lord tire marks. Because he don't ride in cars. He rides in what you call UFOs. All right? With concentrated fire, lasers. They shoot lasers that utterly beats people to powder. Particularly the wicked.
And it says, in the which the heaven shall pass away with great noise.
With great noise. All right? That great noise is going to be those missiles being deployed. All right? When that button get pushed, that we so anxiously await, when that button get pushed, you're going to hear the noise of those missiles launching into the heavens. You know Esau, what we talking about. You got your low level fireworks show. We waiting on our fireworks show. We waiting on the real Independence Day. Not your bullshit 1776 declaration of so-called fucking independence. Yeah, independence for you. And Jake be the main person gotta go get a 4th of July outfit. He got the shoes gotta match. Everything got to match.
Shoes,
you can't,
pants, the shirt, the hat, socks.
You know, Jake loves showing his ass. Yeah, Jake gonna have an American flag on his ass on 4th of July.
Yeah. Everything got to be
Right. And those confusion of faces, man, they're the ones that push it the hardest, man.
Yeah, because they think they're Esau.
Yeah, they think they're Esau, man. Like the rednecks out in the woods, you know, living in shack barns and shit. No, they rock the Confederate flag on 4th of July. The South will rise again.
And then the thing about that is, our people get so offended by the Confederate flag. The goddamn American flag more wicked than the Confederate flag. What flag you think was waving during the time of you being in slavery?
And really, the Civil War was set up to make money for the DuPonts. DuPonts made money off of that war.
Yeah, because they funded the equipment, like the boots and the musket guns and shit.
Yeah, the cannons. And who the fuck do you think fought in that war? You really think Esau fought in that war?
Esau ain't do a goddamn thing.
Hell no. It was the slaves. It was their slaves that were on the forefronts. And then even if they did get up to the north, and they were free up north, they had to go into the draft and fight for the Union. And then you had Gad trying to figure out which side they thought was gonna win, so they could find favor on the winning side, and then hopefully they'll stop pushing them to the west. So Gad mainly fought on the Confederate side. You know?
And the confusion of faith situation, that's right up Esau's deceptive ass alley, man. All right, because you're privileged, all right, just because of your skin color, all right, so to speak, right? You're gonna get first deals. So ultimately, you thinking that you are Esau. You know, you think you like him. You know what I'm saying? Because Jake, dark skinned, they looking at you like dealing with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the Lord ain't dealing with skin color, man. All right, He's dealing with the spirit. All right, the skin color was put out there ultimately because we went off. Jake started losing his pigment because we went out, because that was part of Deuteronomy 28 curses, man. All right, your eye being evil towards your brother. All right. Because ultimately, we have to admit, on initial contact, looking at a so-called white man, first thing we thinking is he's a fucking Edomite. Okay? And that's vice versa. A confusion of face, Jake, on initial contact with a so-called black man, first thing he's thinking is, damn nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's your eye being evil towards your brother, man. Okay? But it's even deeper than that, because Jake can be the same damn skin complexion and his eye still be evil. So the curses run deep, man.
Like Uncle Ruckus off of off of the Boondocks. You know, he's dark skinned, but he was like yeah, he said he had like reverse Michael Jackson disease or some shit. He's like, nah, I was actually born white, but I just turned black.
That's just like That's just like this brother. Alright? You have so-called white men that walk by here all the time. A lot of them are jakes. But you know what they thinking? They probably looking right now saying, look at this fucking traitor. Look at this nigger lover. You know? We know what you're thinking. You know? We read spirits. We got the discernment. But you know what? You're blind. Because all you see is a complexion. All you see is the outward appearance. Okay? Well, the Lord gave you over to deception, man. Hey, that's where you perception and deception. The what is it? The suffix of it is ception, meaning perceive, meaning to see, meaning what deception goes into what you see. You know. So you're under a deceitful perception. All right, what you think it is, it really ain't.
But I mean, the thing with confusion of face Jake and Judah basically. If you watch Lucas Joyner, I'm Not a Racist. It shows you both sides, like what confusion of face Jake thinks about so-called niggers and what niggers think about so-called rednecks. All right, you get both sides of it because the way Esau's set up is like everything that goes on. The media tries to put it on like a racist kind of vibration. You know, he's trying to say white, black. He's trying to keep that white, black in order. You know. Yep. But hey, the scriptures say there's no difference between Jew or Greek. That's because there's no difference between niggers and rednecks. They're the same shit if you really look at it, through a spiritual eye.
And when you really think about it, see, the deception of Esau is he wants everybody to come together under his rule, but at the same time he wants separation.
Yeah.
It don't work like that.
Yeah, that's how he had this.
It don't work like that. That's why his system, Salaki. That's why his system gonna fail. That's why his fucking system gonna fail. He wanted to be white and black all together under his rule, but we better than them still. It don't work like that.
That's what I'm gonna say. That's why that
you can't have a house together that hate each other. Like even though we hate each other, we gonna live together. We gonna eat at the table together. We gonna go out together. We gonna, it don't work like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. That's that high class, middle class, and lower class.
Yeah, it don't work like that.
That shit ain't work, man.
But we all equal. Yeah.
Fucking democracy.
You got classes of people. You got classes of people. You done basically establish classes of people, like we'll say higher class, middle class, and lower class, and then the standard or the rule or the what's the word? The way of thinking that you pressing upon them is that they're all equal. How we equal?
They say you got equal opportunity.
How?
Oh, shit.
How?
When you go to college and you overqualified to get a job.
Hey,
Here's the thing, is that the way Esau got this shit set up is that, the so-called minorities like Mexicans, Native Americans, blacks, so-called, they get scholarship grants, but they come from low-income families. But the thing is that, okay, you're white, your family makes a little bit of money, but you don't get those grants, because you're white. And then they both go to college and they both come out with the same amount of debt. The only way to get ahead is if you join a fraternity and start making covenants with the heathens, basically, going off. And I'll get that. This is
basically you gotta sell out.
Yeah, you gotta sell out. This is 1 Maccabees 1:11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying,
Martin Luther King. I have a dream. I have a dream. That's the wicked man of today. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton. You know, go ahead, bro.
Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
And that's what they did. They went and made covenants, all right, with chiefly who? The Edomites, all right. When you go into Martin Luther King, that speech that he read was written by a so-called Jew, man, a fake ass Jew.
That's right, bro.
You know. Go ahead, bro.
Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Hey, and then the deal with Martin Luther King was they was gonna make him a historical figure. They told him, they sold him that basically that enticing deal that he couldn't refuse. They gave him that enticing offer that he couldn't refuse, man. And he was gonna be a world-renowned historical figure who would always be remembered. All right, that's why you had this 50th year celebration downtown in honor of Martin Lucifer Coon, man. Okay, which he was a Lucifer on the left-hand side. Go ahead, Slot.
That's not good. Another thing is that it happened to the Confusion of Faces too. You know, they caught a lot of hell. They're like, if you watch this movie, Gangs of New York, it's about
the Irish.
Yeah, the Irish coming over.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Con. You know, as soon as this one Irish Jake stepped off the boat, she got a brick to the face, like right off. Like, welcome to America. Like, fuck.
Yep.
But the thing is that they're catching so much hell. They're like, well, shit. Let's just follow their ways. You know, let's act like them, so they won't see a difference between us.
Hey,
let's start following their customs.
Hey, that's why you got St. Patrick's Day.
Nah, that's what you get that saying. If you can't beat them, join.
Right.
Yeah,
and then I bet you if you go into the origins, I don't know if any of you brothers familiar with it, that St. Patrick had something to do with some selling out shit too. Because they go back to the Irish. So it's no coincidence that there's a day, right, that's dedicated to the Irish, basically. But I bet you that the origin of it goes back to a sellout.
Yeah, it was, because first off, his name wasn't even Patrick, you know, and he wasn't from Ireland. He was from Britain, and he was coming in that Catholic Church vibration to try to convert the Irish to Catholicism, but he indoctrinated those pagan symbols into the Catholic Church. You know, like the Celtic cross. You know, which is some Japhetic shit. Alright? Moon worshipping. You know? I'm trying to think of some other symbols. There's something to do with the moon. But basically they indoctrinated a lot of those pagan symbols into Christianity to convert them. You know, so they didn't have to give up their whole culture, basically.
Hey, and then you think about it, I think about that, since we talk about it, I'm thinking about that movie, The Leprechaun. Why you think they sent the leprechaun to the hood? You know what I'm saying? They sent them to the hood. It's like, okay, really, we finna put it in your face. Really, y'all the same people. You know what I'm saying? And that was that was really the better leprechauns when you went to the hood. He was doing some old wicked ass shit, you know? Because like what I'm saying, like, hey, our people, they sell us out, man. You know? Our people sell us out, man.
Yeah, there's more on this. First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 12. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen.
Right,
you know?
just like we was talking about, the homosexuality. Homosexuality didn't really pop until Jake started doing the shit. Okay, and what happened was Esau went to a Jake and persuaded him with some type of a deal. Chiefly, it'd be money, you know. Well, like Will Smith, like Martin, You know what I'm saying? That was the forefront of homosexuality being they are the forefronters or the pioneers to ushering in homosexuality. Jamie Foxx, Will Smith. All you gotta do is watch the movie 6 Degrees of Separation, man. Okay? Look how he gave his children, Will Smith gave his children over to the so-called white man to further. That wasn't even enough. Even after he did that movie where he was in the bed butt naked. I can't think of who that actor was. He was in the bed with.
It was an Edomite.
It was Edomite, yeah.
Yeah, but it was on Bad Boy.
No, I'm talking about on 6 Degrees of Separation. I'm talking about
Will Smith was in the bed with a wild Edomite on Bad Boy. I think that was Bad Boy. He got caught in the bed with him. They had busted the door. That ain't Bad Boy.
Nah, that's 6 Degrees. I know 6 Degrees of Separation.
He got caught in the bed.
That's where he got caught in the bed, and that was when his career took off after that movie, man. A lot of people don't know about that movie. All you gotta do is look it up, man. Okay? All you gotta do is look it up. And see, they brought all of that shit out back in 08 and 09 when the Illuminati started being exposed, man. They brought out all of the sellout moves of these famous rappers and entertainers and actors, man. You know? They brought it all out on the forefront. And those sellout moves was further to persuade the white man's agenda, which his one of his chief agendas was having homosexuality be accepted worldwide, man.
Then I got gay cartoons. You know what I'm saying? Called
You go over there on the eastern part of the world, man. You go to some of them countries thinking you can be a homosexual, they're gonna kill your motherfucking ass, man. Alright? There's still like a handful of countries. I want to say it's like 12 countries that still put your ass to death for being a homosexual, man. Alright? Homosexuality, guess where it's the most accepted at? Right over here in good old US of A. Where you do what the hell you want to do. But my point is, those forerunners that sold us out, all right, over to the white man so that he could further push his agenda of homosexuality was the Jamie Foxxes, the Will Smiths, the Martins, the Wayans brothers, you know. The list goes on, man.
Kevin Hart today.
Cause you know we grew up oppressed. Jake grew up oppressed. All Jake wanted was something to laugh at, man. Yeah. Now when our parents grew up, they grew up on what? Good Times, the Jeffersons, you know, stuff like that. Andy Griffith, stuff like that. With no homosexual, with no homosexual shit in them TV shows. But in the 90s, you know, when we was late 80s, early 90s, when we was growing up, we had Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Martin with Shanae and Living Color with Wanda, and you know, and guess who was the last pioneer of that shit? The oh so beloved Tyler Perry, Tyler faggot fucking Perry, man. This motherfucker can do a movie right now, no advertisement, all right? And movies normally drop on Friday. If they bring on TV that Tyler Perry got a movie coming out tomorrow, and it's gonna come out next Friday, you better believe that motherfucker gonna sell out. Now they normally advertise movies months and months ahead of time, but I guarantee you, if Tyler Perry drop a movie, another Mud Deal, let it be Mud Deal. If a Mud Deal movie is supposed to come out next week and you don't hear about it till tomorrow, you best believe that motherfucker gonna break a record. Just like Birth of a Nation, man. The same time Birth of a Nation came out, was it Muddy Abu came out? Muddy Abu, that shit sold out. Birth of a Nation, goddammit. You ask Jake about Birth of a Nation right now, he's still, what's that?
I ain't watched that yet.
No, I ain't never heard of that.
I'm gonna go see Madea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Damn, Jake.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. the more advertisement you see, that's the ones that are selling out. That's why I think The Rock just did some wicked ass shit.
Yeah, because
he's
like, go to your real.
Yeah. Him and Kevin Hart. The last two movies that they did together, they was doing homosexual shit. They was kissing each other. Jumanji and
It's not with an eye.
Essential Intelligence.
Yeah. They kissed on
They kissing each other in the mouth. That's why whatever Kevin Hart do anything, it gets a lot of recognition. Whatever he does gets a lot of recognition because he's a fucking homosexual. And that's when you go into that word Hollywood. That's what homosexuals go back to.
Yeah, there's this song by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's called Californication. You know, and what that song's about it's talking about like the behind the scenes shit.
It's talking about real fornication.
Yeah.
It's talking about real fornication because the perception today of fornication is a man sleeping with a woman before marriage. Which sex is marriage, you fucking idiots. But fornication in the scriptures is talking about going against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father and the Son, man. And adultery, is when you go, spiritual adultery is when you go and worship these other idols. Now, physical adultery is fornication, spiritual fornication.
Yeah, that's what that song's talking about, man. It's clear that Hollywood sells Californication because it's talking about the wicked shit that goes behind the scenes, what the actors have to do to get famous, what celebrities have to do to get famous.
That's the real reason that they killed Tupac, man. Tupac was talking all that shit about Quincy Jones, Man, them elites love Quincy Jones, man.
Yep.
That's how he got that money like that, man. Okay? And see, Quincy Jones was a faggot, man. And Tupac was coming out exposing everybody exposing everybody that was dealing with because I think Tupac said something about he wanted him to fuck him in the ass or some shit. He didn't do it, but he got Dr. Dre to do it.
Yeah.
And that's how Tupac ended up talking about. Why you think goddamn Dr. Dre him, Jay-Z, and P. Diddy, man?
Snoop Dogg.
No, Snoop Dogg ain't on their level. It's him. It's Puff Daddy, Jay-Z, and Dr. Dre. Them the wealthiest niggas in the hip hop industry, man. They the wealthiest. They like in the 700 million. They damn near all billionaires. That's why. Now they still ain't never just too much caught no proof of Jay-Z doing no gay shit, but Jay-Z on some satanic other level with that shit, man. But there's proof of P. Diddy, P. Diddy, and Dr. Dre, man. Being exposed on that homosexual shit. That's why Tupac started catching all that hell, and eventually they killed his ass, man.
They were going back to complain to the elites. You know what I'm saying? I got to do something about him exposing us, man. Woo. So shit, they had to get rid of Pop.
Then to cover their ass, what they did, they had Diddy set Biggie up.
Yep.
Man, Diddy knew what the fuck was going on, man.
Snoop knew what's going on.
And Snoop, you saw him in that interview, man. Look, the scriptures say the eyes are the gateways to the soul, man. They eyes said it. Sometimes you just know, like if you ask Jake some shit, you don't know, like something went on and you ask Jake some shit, you know if he lying, you looking at his eyes, you know what I'm saying? Like, he might not, his story might sound convincing, but you know something was up by the way he was looking at shit. Jake eyes be real buck, they be his eyes be pacing back and forth and shit.
Yep.
Hey, when they had that interview about Biggie's death, man, Pop and Snoop, I mean not Pop, but Puff Daddy and Snoop Dogg eyes told it all, man. But
and another thing is that's why the elites hate this YouTube shit so much because now you got rap artists getting famous just off of YouTube.
Right.
You know, they don't have to sign with a record label anymore. They just go off of
It's too much independent money being made.
yeah. And that night of the gay strip club shooting happens. There's Illuminati sacrifice of a female singer that was going on her own, and I think it was like Selena Gomez. She tried to sign her to a record label, and she didn't want to do it because she had it going like on her own. So what they did was on that night of the Orlando shooting, that they offed her, and nobody really heard about that story, you know. But it was a sacrifice, you know. And that Orlando shooting was a false flag, anyways, you know. And you see more shootings happening, ramping up, you know. So I mean that's the spirit of death and destruction coming to America, and ultimately, you know, they like to. Esau likes to use those mass shootings to bring out the chip, you know, because if you read in between the lines on that media, they say yeah, they have key cards to access the thing, but it's not enough security for the people. Same thing with the school shootings. They say, yeah, they got ID cards and they got cards to scan to get into the locker room or into certain doorways, but it seems like that's not enough security. But really, they're trying to promote fear in the public so they can push that martial law, push gun control, and ultimately the chip. All right?
Ultimately the chip. Nah, we don't got nothing. All right, back to the scriptures. There's some more on there, yeah. Go ahead and finish it up.
Yeah, all right. First Maccabees 1 and 13. Then the certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen.
Right.
Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen.
Right. Which is the same thing you got going on today. The gymnasiums, right? Like all that shit goes back to the Greeks. All right. They started with the Greeks, man. All right. The gymnasiums, you know, the coliseums, you know, and you notice like the ones that get the most publicity are the ones who get into the endorsements where they sell, like, you know, they wearing the tight clothes and behind closed doors. Yeah. There's a lot of shit going on behind closed doors, you know. It really ain't got nothing to do. It really ain't got a whole lot to do with Jake just being so skillful and so talented. Now Jake is skillful. I ain't gonna take that from Jake because I mean that's just in our spirit. That's our spirit. But it's more than what the eyes see, man. Like the outcomes of these games and the legacies of these players are all fabricated. Okay, they're all fabricated because there's always like on Rush Hour. I think it was Rush Hour 2. Follow the white rich man. Follow the rich white man. All right, follow the rich white man because they are pleasing these rich Edomites, man. You know, behind closed doors. Hey, when you go you really go into what was going on with the Jackson 5 and how the Jackson 5 became so popular. All right, and Joe Jackson and Quincy Jones was best friends, man. Okay. Now, what Joe Jackson was doing, he was sending his boys to these rich Edomites parties, right? He would have them blindfolded, and he'll send them in the room, man. Okay, he'll send them in the room, and they was getting popped, man. That's how come they became so successful, man. Not just the fact that they had the talent, you know, but they was pleasing. All right, it was more than just they could sing and they could dance, man. Man, you know how many Jakes out here can sing and can dance and been doing it for years and years, and they don't get the mainstream attention like a fucking Cardi B. Man, that bitch ain't got no talent, man. That bitch is horrible, man. That bitch got a song where she said her name 500 motherfucking times. That bitch say Cardi B, Cardi, Offset, Cardi, Cardi, Offset, Offset, Cardi. What the fuck? What's so fucking, you know, awesome about that? What's so fucking, I don't get it. Well, I get it, but you niggas don't get it. You know? That's why they play the same shit on the radio, man. You know?
Yeah, and it's proven the more you hear a song, the more you grow to like it. Yeah, that's why
Repetition.
they play it. Yeah, that's why they play it over and over on the radio.
Yeah.
You know, you think you're getting tired of this song, but really it's sticking in your head and you get used to it.
Really, it's really what it's doing is conjuring up spirits in you, man. That's what it's doing. Because vibrations, right? They those vibrations fuck with your spirit because your spirit is water and fire. You know what I'm saying? So like majority of your body is the water, man. And those sounds and those vibrations, you know, they get inside you even when your mind is blocking it. So once it's getting your spirit, then your mind can't do nothing but accept it. That's why you be, then you think to yourself, man, I don't even like that shit. Fuck, I'm sick of that shit before, you know what I'm saying?
And like I said,
If they play the song 3 times in an hour, goddamn it, every day of the week, they playing us one song three times in an hour, and you listening to the radio just, you know, to pass time to make your day go about, eventually that song gonna be having you doing this shit.
man, that's why I said, that's why these elites have a problem with the internet, man, because people are getting independent now. You know, like there's a genre of music called hip hop.
Hip
hop. Yeah.
Hip hop.
Yeah, which is basically country rap. But nobody wants to sign it because it's a new
It's a new genre.
Yeah, it's a new genre, so they don't see how they can make money off of it. And also because they're independent. Nobody wants to sign with the label, you know, because the Illuminati is being exposed. You know, and even with country music, you know, they're having to sing like soft country now. Country's getting soft. All right, you got that Keith Urban song called "Female." Right?
Esau don't want you integrating country with rap.
Yeah, he's trying to keep that separate.
He want to keep that separated.
Because he makes money off of Black Lives Matter and Blue Lives Matter. He's trying to keep the rednecks back in Blue Lives Matter or All Lives Matter. He's trying to keep the blacks back in Black Lives Matter. And he wants them to keep going against each other. You know, because he makes money off of that shit. Antifa, the whole redneck.
Antifa?
Yeah, Antifa.
Yeah. And is it, I always twist that word up. Is it fascist? Fascist? You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
I know
about.
what you're talking
Anyway, that's why you think that shit happened to Lil Wayne when I think about it. You know, Lil Wayne was with that like that rap and roll, that hip hop rock shit.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
got into that.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, before his career crashed, that's what he was into. That's what he was into. You know what I'm saying? He's actually gonna come out with a fucking like a rock and roll hip hop style album, which I guess that's what the new genre is, hip hop, right?
hip hop is country rap.
It's country rap.
Yeah.
But he was doing like
Rockstar shit.
yeah, like
What they doing now,
like
though?
rock and roll rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you know, like
Hey, but there's not even.
Migos.
Yeah,
Like,
Migos.
they go well, it's called pop. You know, they went into pop music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
that's the
really,
thing.
it don't matter. It's a lot.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, you don't even have rock music anymore because they turned rock into pop. They're turning country into pop country. You know, because none of the country songs anymore are about blue collar working. They're about parties,
Doing drugs.
Yeah, getting drunk. Talking about woman worship, which is what I said earlier. Keith Urban has that hit single called "Female," which is nothing but woman worship. You know, and rap is getting more and more mumbly.
Mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, when it boils down to it, just so we can get back to the topic, hey, Jacob is the former of all things, man. Whatever we do is gonna flourish, even when we're in our lowest estate. If we come up with a new genre of music, guess what? It's gonna flourish. Why do you think hip hop is the #1 genre of music in the world? Because Jake is the one doing it, man. Even with that confusion to face Jake logic, right? Because I was watching the documentary on him, man. Hey, he not on the radio. I never heard dude's music on the radio, man. But he got to deal with Def Jam. Guess why? Because he's a Jake, man. He built his own fan base, like the brother was going into through the YouTube, man.
Yeah. Hey, there's YouTubers that sell out to the Illuminati. Just because they're on YouTube, don't mean that they're not sold out.
He even got a song. Something got to do with Jesus, and another song he got called Hallelujah, man. Going back to Romans 10:2. You know, our people have a zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge, man. All right. One thing about Jake, you know, even within all his wickedness, when he goes up and accepts his awards at those award shows, you know, first thing he says is, you know, I like to thank God, you know, because without him, it wouldn't be possible. So he knows it's a higher power, you know, but they just ignorant unto who he is. They ignorant unto his wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and judgment, man. Okay? So guess what? 2/3 of our people, which fall under that entertainment, sports industry, you know, they're gonna be destroyed, man. He's not coming back for them. It's not the fact that he's not coming back for the heathens, that he's not coming back for the so-called white man, that he's not coming back for the so-called Chinese man. Hey, he's not coming back for 2/3 of his own people. He's coming back to put fire to the asses of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans first, man.
That's right.
Hey, you're gonna be the what you call it? You're gonna be the first woods of the fire. You're gonna be the first. You're gonna be what's gonna get the fire started, man. You're gonna get it going. Shit, Esau just gonna be the heat. The other nations in Esau just gonna be the heap on the wood. America gonna be a lake of fire, man.
That's right.
That's the hell that the scriptures are speaking about, man.
They're going to it right here.
It ain't gonna be under the earth. It's gonna be on the earth.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
And it says, and the element shall melt with fervent heat.
Hey, via thermonuclear missiles, man. Intercontinental ballistic missiles is going to be the matches. Okay? You know how you start a fire? Strike a match, you throw it on there and the fire gets started. Well, the deployment of the intercontinental ballistic missiles is going to ignite the fire, going to ignite that fervent heat that the brother is reading about. Go ahead.
And it says, come on, say. And the earth also, the works therein, shall be burned up.
Right, all the wickedness that's going on, you know, all the wicked ways and those so-called secret plans that these elites have, they're gonna be burnt up. Go ahead, bro.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person are you to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Hey, it says all these things shall be dissolved. When something dissolves, it disappears. All right, that's what's going to happen with everything on the earth. That fire from those missiles are going to be so hot that everything is going to dissolve into nothing. It's just going to be fire and ashes. Everything's going to be fire and ashes, man. You know? Go ahead, bro. Is it long or is it quick? Is it like...
It's kind of long.
All right, let them finish this. Let them finish. So we've been on this for a minute.
And it says, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of our power, wherein the heaven, being on fire and being dissolved, and the element shall melt with fervent heat.
Right. So what we should be doing is looking forward to and hastening the day of the kingdom, man. Which, like I said earlier, the kingdom starts with destruction. All right. It's going to be this kingdom is going to suffer a beautiful death. It's going to be beautiful to the eyes of the elect to watch this place burn, man. Right? You know? And it's going to be glorious. All right? It's going to be a glorious day to know that you are one of the men that the Most High chose to be delivered out of this fucking destruction, man. Out of this cesspool of wickedness, man. Go ahead, bro. All right, go ahead, your precept.
This is Zechariah chapter 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
Yeah, hey, fought against Jerusalem. All the people. You Caucasian devils. You Chinese devils. All right. You East Indian devils. You know. All of you deceivers have ultimately conspired together, right, against the children of Israel. We're saying pertaining to Psalms 83, man. All right. You are confederate against Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, because it's a people before it's a place. Jerusalem, like I said earlier, got its name when the Israelites inherited the land of Canaan, coming out of the Egyptian captivity, coming from under the hand of Pharaoh, man. All right? America's gonna be destroyed!
That's right!
Because you got these people around here looking, got this intriguing look on their face. All right? There ain't nothing but Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. All right? We know it looks strange. So far beyond what any of you ever seen. We know it. All right? But just keep on living it up. All right? Keep on being the manner of person that you are. The scriptures say, let him that is filthy be filthy, and let him that is just be just, man. So just keep rolling around in your filth, all right, thinking that you know the Lord. Keep waiting on him to come with those lollipops. You know, what's that song? Lollipop, lollipop, la 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 lollipop. Telling you, it ain't gonna be no, it's gonna be a pop, but it ain't gonna be a lollipop. It's gonna be a it's gonna be a bang. It's gonna be more than a pop, it's gonna be a bang. But it ain't gonna be lolly. You're gonna shit your pants. Go ahead, bro.
All right. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Hey, the flesh is gonna consume away. All right. It's gonna be innumerable amount of people whose flesh is gonna consume away while they stand on their feet, and their bones are gonna be turned into ashes, man. Y'all seen that movie World of Worlds? Y'all saw what those so-called aliens was doing? Hey, well, them aliens, they coming. All right, but guess what? They not aliens. Technically, they not the aliens that you thinking about. Hey, because we aliens to this world. You know, they just coming to get us. In the midst of coming to get us. But see, the thing about it is, let's say the Lord just came back just to get us, not to destroy this place. Let you know, if Esau saw 144,000 men, all right, and a third of the nation of Israel being beamed up into them chariots, you think he'll just be like, all right, farewell, you know, you think he'll give us a fucking going away party? Fuck no.
Y'all ain't going nowhere.
Hey.
So the Lord, the first thing he gonna do is when he make his entrance, he gonna fuck some shit up, man. Before he even start beaming up his elect, he gonna be fucking shit up, man. It's like on the so-called 4th of July. You know, when you was a kid, your parents took you to the fireworks stand. They always, every year they always have this new, like, big boy, like, yeah! I want that, man, I want that. That's how outside gonna be. When he come back, I can't wait to pop some shit. You know?
What's that in Second Ezra's? There's like
Shall be utterly beating the powder.
No, wait. It says like they're scared, but yet there's fight.
Oh yeah. Even though they like, cause that's the Lord gonna put the spirit on them, basically to fight back. The Second Ezra's 13.
Yeah. I don't know what it's. Yeah, I'll Second Ezra's 13 and 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had braved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it.
That great mountain is talking about the fathership. All right, what you gonna see from one end of the earth? You're gonna see from one end of the earth to the other. You know, they show you in that movie Independence Day, right? Their fathership. And out of their fathership came what? Little what you call other ships. It's a word I'm looking for, it's escaped me, but basically little smaller ships. All right. So that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see the fathership, all right, and then there's gonna be smaller ships going throughout. A fleet of smaller ships coming throughout. But that fathership, that is, which the scriptures calls it a great mountain, that the Lord had carved himself a great mountain, you're gonna see from one end of the earth to the other, man.
Verse 7. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not.
Right. That's what he's saying. He couldn't see where the ship started or where it began. That's how big it was. You know? You're gonna be looking up like, and that's how they was doing. Esau got that straight out the scriptures, man. That's what they was doing in that movie, man. They was looking up like, everybody, it's like time, when the Lord comes back, time is gonna freeze, man. Time, everything's gonna stop. You fuckers might not listen to the word right now, but when it manifests physically, you best believe time is gonna fucking freeze, man. Everybody's gonna stop.
What is
It's gonna be so quiet around the earth, all you gonna hear is people breathing. Yeah. You're gonna be hearing people on the other side of the country breathing. It's like, damn, I don't hear nothing but a lot of breathing. Hearts beating and hot air. Hot air and heartbeats.
You hear people shitting their pants.
Yeah. Whole lot of farting. Yeah. Hey, because America gonna be one big toilet. Hey, that's how you gonna hear is a lot of people farting and stomach pains growing. Hey, we laughing, but that's the reality of it, man. You're gonna hear people shitting on themselves. You're gonna hear stomachs growling. You're gonna hear groaning and moaning, weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Motherfuckers just gonna give up the ghost, man. You know?
Yeah, Jake just gonna drop dead where he stay. He gonna look up. Especially you niggas that know. You niggas that know, and you gonna be the main niggas that's gonna. Matter of fact, you gonna give up the ghost. The Lord gonna put the ghost back in you, cause he got something special waiting on your ass. Your ass gonna drop dead.
Hey,
what you thought it was over?
Hey, that boy.
Wake up, nigga.
That boy got pull a Tyrese on baby boy. I thought I was shot. I thought I was dead.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, when you want to send curses on somebody, pray that they make it to the end.
Yeah, pray they make it to the end.
That they can be delivered into your hand.
Yep.
There's a lot of times, like in the ancient world, where they prayed for the enemies to be in their hands so they could have their way with you.
Right, so you can bring them before Yahweh Shai and slay them. Because that's what the scriptures say. Those that would not serve me, bring them before me and slay them before me. Basically, I'm roughly paraphrasing, but I believe it's Luke the 19th chapter.
Second Ezra 13:8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
Right, because you're going to have all the nations, man. Because what? They're going to be all in the Middle East, which known as what? Yahweh Shaphat, man. All right, which is what? The Most High Judgment. All right? So all the nations going to meet in the Middle East. They're going to be fighting against each other. But when Yahweh Shai crack them clouds, shit, they're going to be so afraid. But shit, I'm like, fuck that shit. We got to fight. Because what? The Most High going to put the spirit on them to fight. You know what I'm saying? But they can all be destroyed, man. All right? Because it's written, man. They ain't gonna want to fight, but they ain't gonna have no trouble but to fight, man.
Yeah, just like how he did with Pharaoh, you know?
He had his heart.
Yeah, he hardened his heart. There's a few times where Pharaoh was like, all right, Moses, you can take them. And then he hardened his heart, and then he was like, you know what, fuck that. Y'all can't go nowhere.
Hey, also, Independence Day, they had, Will Smith played the Independence Day. They had shown that, you know what I'm saying? Will Smith was flying the jet, whatever. It was some kind of alien had cracked the cloud. Will Smith like, fuck this shit, we gonna fight. We gonna move the wood, we gonna fight. But Esau and them like, nah, we ain't gonna fight them. We gonna get killed. Well, you had Will Smith saying, hell nah, we gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it gonna be in this time that's coming, man, Lord willing. You know?
Yep. The Lord, they're gonna stop in the midst of World War III fighting one another, right? Because that's when the Lord gonna return in the midst of it.
Right,
in the climax of it, when it seems as if one side is about to actually win, that's when the Lord is going to return. And then one side that's going to be seeming like it's about to win is going to be Russia, all right, with China, you know, because all the other countries are going to join forces with Russia against America, okay? Then that's when the Lord is going to come, all right? And the whole world is going to be awestruck at his glorious arrival. You know how Jake like to come in, he like to make an entrance, man. Well, Yahweh Shai the ultimate Jake, man. You know? Yahweh Shai is the ultimate Jake, man. All right? And when he comes back, it ain't going to be, oh, happy day, like the Harder Houses sing. Oh, happy day.
Verse 9, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest.
Right. Hey, I got a precept. Right? Because that's the day that we've been praying for, man. All right? Ever since the time of King David, we've been praying for the day that we're speaking about right now. All right? Because these nations have always been confederate against us, man. Right? And in the day of the Lord's coming, all right, it's going to be us against them. Finally, it's going to be us in the glory of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, giving us that inheritance, Lord willing, we are those men, which is spiritual power. All right? We are to inherit the spiritual power. All right? The so-called white man known as Esau, according to the Bible, he inherited the sword. All right? His power is the sword, which is his military might, you know, his 5 branches of the military, okay? That's his power. We don't have that power. We have no power in his kingdom. But when the Lord comes back, he's gonna exalt us, Lord willing, we are his men. And we're gonna finally inherit our blessing, which is spiritual power, okay? The power to control the elements, which those little tanks and jets, are made out of, elements that we're going to be able to manipulate via spiritual power, man.
The scriptures say the Lord teaches my hands to war, you know? So I mean, hey, the Most High is a God of war. And you think he's gonna let his servants like not have any skill set in war? Hell no. He's gonna teach us how to fight.
like the brother just read in Ezra's, how the Lord, what it say, he not gonna do nothing. He gonna read it again. When they come together, right? Go ahead.
All right, 2nd Ezra 13:9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
Right. So he not gonna do anything physical, man. Right? He not gonna lift his hand. Basically, it's gonna be a cakewalk. All right. The Lord just gonna blow these nations away with his power from those chariots, man. Okay? All right, go ahead.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Right, because those chariots are controlled basically by the words, like the Lord just speaks everything, right? He's not gonna physically get up and, karate kick and do all type of acrobatic moves and shit. The Lord just gonna speak it. The Lord gonna, like, what's that saying Jake say in the world when he rapping? The Lord gonna spit fire. The Lord gonna spit, he gonna speak it. You know what I'm saying? He gonna speak it. And he gonna speak it in the Hebrew, man. And that fire out of his mouth is talking about those lasers, which is gonna completely obliviate anything that stands before it. Anything that tries to face the Lord is gonna be oblivion, man.
Yeah, which the laser beam is concentrated fire, man.
Hey, it showed you on one of those G.I. Joe movies. For him to use the weapons, it was voice command. And it was voice command. So it was out of his mouth through that shit happened. He just gave the order and that fire came out. That's how the chariots operate. It obeys your command. It obeys your spirit.
Because that's a beautiful point, because the chariots, they are in tune with the spirit of the angels. All right, and chiefly, that nigga gonna die a horrible death, man. And chiefly Yahweh Shah, man. All right, and chiefly Yahweh Shah, man. Those chariots are one with the spirit of the Lord, man. Okay. Now, like I was saying, we have been praying for years, man, for ages, for the Lord to come and destroy these nations who are confederate, meaning they are joined together against us, man. And I'm gonna read the precept, the account in Psalms 83, which was written by the chief musician under King David, the Levite Asaph, man. Okay. It says, "Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power." All right. "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lift up the head." Right.
Proud, man.
And that's what they're gonna do. Going back to 2nd Ezra, they're gonna be scared as shit. All right. And then all of a sudden, they're gonna the Lord gonna put that spirit on them, that private spirit on them, to fight back. All right. And what's gonna happen is they're gonna stop fighting each other, right? Because when they see that fathership, they're gonna stop fighting each other instantly. Like I said, time gonna fucking freeze. You see that, like how that shit go in X-Men? Somebody had the ability to freeze time or some shit. Or they move so fast it was like time froze or something. But anyway, everything gonna freeze. And they're gonna be fighting. They're gonna be just about to pull the trigger and shit, and they're gonna look up. And all the enemies gonna look away from each other and look towards fighting the Most High. But they're gonna be so fucking scared shitless that they're gonna be like, well, I don't know. You know, and then the Most High gonna put that spirit on them, man. The Most High gonna put that spirit on them to fight back. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have come and they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And what the Lord is coming back to do is repay them finally for what they have done all this time, conspiring against his hidden ones, man. To pay them back for cutting us off as being a nation of people. From cutting us off. See, they don't, when they talk about who's gonna be the next nation in power, Israel ain't the nation. Especially not you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the true Israel. Right. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about them gutter rats over there that's deceiving the world that they are the Israelites. I'm talking about the true Israelites. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have never been considered to be the next power seat of the world. But guess what? You are. And the Lord's coming back to make sure that happens. This is Psalms 83, and I'm going to jump to verse 13. O Yahweh power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. Hey, what second Ezra say? That the Lord opened his mouth and he saw fire come out, man. All right, and mountains represents governments. All right, and that's what those chariots are going to do. They're going to spit fire and burn up every wicked heathen government on the face of the earth, man. Right. All right. It says, so persecute them with thy tempest and make them afraid with thy storm. And he just read about the tempest. Read it again, Baba Kushah, about the tempest, where it spoke about the tempest.
Second Ezra 13:10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath. And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Sparks.
It's just good on you today.
Sparks and tempests, man. Sparks and tempests. See, that I got a feeling that's a nigga that knows somebody up here, man. That's a nigga that knows somebody up here.
So he knows you, because every time he talks.
Yeah, it seems like every time I speak, he rev his motor up. But he just say, you know, he just say. All right, and it says back in Psalms 83:15, so persecute them with tempest and make them afraid with thy storm. And that's what the Lord is going to do, okay? He's going to do that for who? The nation of Israel, man. No other nation. All right, because the Lord don't love no other people but the nation of Israel, man. All right. Now this is gonna be the closing precept, man. All right, go ahead, bring it out.
This is Romans 9:3.
I start at the top.
All right, Romans 9:1. I say the truth in Yahweh Shai, I lie not, for my conscience also brought me witness in the Holy Spirit. And I have great heaviness and continued sorrow in my heart. For I wish that my son was accursed from the Mashiach, but my brother, my kinsman, according to the flesh, who are Israelites.
Hey, who are Israelites? All right. The Lord's people are Israelites, man. Okay. Who he's coming back to save is Israelites. Get Matthew 1:21 real quick, Baba Kushah, real quick. Read it. Read that verse again.
It says, "For I wish myself was accursed from the Mashiach, for my brother, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites."
Who are Israelites, man? Okay. So the apostle Paul's kinsmen, according to the flesh, are Israelites. Okay. The Israelites are the only people that the Lord is dealing with. The Israelites are the only people that the Lord's coming to save, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Matthew 1 and
21. 21.
This is Matthew 1 and 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua, for he shall save his people from their sins.
Right. All right. He shall save his people from their sins, man. All right. His people are the Israelites, man. Okay.
And it says, "To whom pertain the adoption?"
All right. Who got the adoption back to the Father? The Israelites. Go ahead, bro.
"And the glory."
And the glory.
"And the covenant."
Who got the covenants? All right. That contract in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter that I was speaking about, all right, was the first covenant, all right, which was the covenant of us keeping the law. Okay. Who got that? Israel. Go ahead, bro.
And it says, "And the law, and the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, and the promise."
Hey, that's plain, man. Okay, that's plain. Israelites. That's who received the law. That's who received the covenants. That's who received the promise. That's who's going to receive, guess what? Salvation. That's who the Lord died for. Okay, to save his people from their sins, man. All right. And the Lord loves Jacob and he hates Esau. Jump down to verse 13, bro.
And it says, "As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated."
Because the chief two characters in the Bible, the protagonist would be Jacob.